Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with Foundation season number 3, episode number 9. And
hmm
let me just say this. First of
hmm
all, how many times did you watch it, first and foremost?
I watched it 3 times.
Okay.
But one of them was on the train, though. I was taking the train downtown. So when it was
That's
on the
the best
train,
time to
I got
watch that
crackheads on
joint.
my shoulder. I'm
hmm
sitting there like, what's going on here, man? Like, so that was one. And I watched it on the TV and then on my tablet. So I
Dude,
got 3 different versions of it.
I watched it 3 times too, and I was just like, this joint is so fascinating.
hmm
Nine is like, so nine, episode number 9 was it was like an episode, it was like a season finale, right? Almost.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like Game of Thrones used to do this. Like episode 9 for Game of Thrones for a lot of the seasons would be the craziest battle, the most insane thing.
Mhm.
And then episode be 10 be chilling. They be talking. Like, so what
It's
happened
not
yesterday? Like
that's not
that's what
happening
we
here.
doing,
That's
eh?
not happening here, dude.
Right, right. Oh, the chaos is going on still. They ain't done. They
Yeah.
are not done. So yeah, like this episode was really is really fascinating because of how many people got killed, right? It looks it from our perspective, like we just see the planet blow up and we're like, okay, that's cool. But like there's billions of people on these things. In each of these places, there's billions of people all over the place. And he just snuffed them out like nothing. It was
And
crazy.
and dude, he not only snuffed them out in their face, right? But he
Yeah.
also, like, was snarky about it too. Like what he said about the maid, and he was like, I always thought,
That's
I'm
wild.
paraphrasing, I always thought like the a planet called the Maiden was destined to
Mhm.
be deflowered. And then he just
That's wild,
blew
bro.
up the joint, right?
That's
Um,
wild.
totally. And then like he did like Cloud Dominion, which, just done,
Yeah, I think that was the smallest of the bunch, but like,
Yeah.
he blew up planets and
Yeah.
then a satellite. Like so,
He
but
killed the
like,
entire council.
yeah, he killed the council. A bunch of people died that day, and it was the funny part about it was because he was trying to the ambassador, who I guess his girlfriend. I don't know. Like
Quint.
he's trying to explain to her, like, hey, man, the people this happens to them all the time. These
Mhm.
people fall through the cracks. It is what it is. And he's like thinking like it's a big deal, but like from his perspective, it's not a big deal. To her, this is the end of the universe, basically. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like these are all people she worked with. She actually knows people by name. Like this is wild how many people died in that instant. And the crazy part about it was that they were going to have that happen to Trantor,
Right.
right? So I'm saying like you want to feel bad for them, but also at the same time, like they were gonna let that happen to Trantor. Like billions of people were gonna die on Trantor when the mule tries to take over the planet. Like that's
Mhm.
what's gonna happen. It was gonna be a bloodbath because they're gonna fight. Like you're not gonna let it happen just flat out, just lay down their weapons. Like it was
Yeah.
gonna be a fight. So that easily would have happened there. And so, because you gotta think about like the foundation, we're talking about maybe a couple thousand people he's dealing with. He has trillions of people on Trentor that you got to convert, and I don't think you convert all of them all at the
I
one
mean, is he
time. Like
that
I,
pow
it's
yeah,
not.
is he that powerful? I'm saying,
I don't
it's
think
just like,
so.
yeah, I mean,
'Cause you
just the
look at foundation, right? He didn't convert everybody. He
that's
converted
true.
the main people, and he's hoping for the best that they maintain the thing. Because what do you call it? Love, like they feel love for the first time or whatever. I forgot how they explain it, but like he's only done the conversion to a few key people,
And then
like so,
those
like in the
people
spaceship,
ran their
the
other
pilot,
people. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and they bully
Mhm.
the other people into doing what's supposed to be done.
Right.
But like you got a whole planet, that's a different beast. Because you got to think about the scale that Trantor is, because that's like that's home pod.
That's
That's
it. It's home
Terra
base,
for the
dude. And then
universe.
and then not only deal with that many people, but also like a planet that has crazy weapons too, right?
Well,
So you
yeah,
have to
so
deal with
you
all
got to
that.
protect the home planet.
Right.
So it would be a battle. It would be a
Mhm.
war. So like these guys are willing to do that to them, and he kind of did to them first. And so like you can't feel bad about it, but you should feel bad about it. But like I find this show funny because a lot of times we're rooting for Empire, and we're rooting for Foundation.
Let's go,
Both of which are
Day.
doing awful things.
Yeah, all of them.
Both of them are doing awful things,
For
but you're
real.
rooting for them in concept. Like was the previous show, the show before, they had the one child policy. How many kids die for this?
Wow.
Right?
That is
It's
crazy.
not just like 2 planets. They got like hundreds of planets. Or
You
I think it's
know,
thousands of planets, whatever. Like they're doing this thing to it.
and the other thing is I was telling you this offline. So if you look
Mhm.
at with season 3, if you look at every season, all 3 seasons,
Mhm.
Empire has killed either hundreds of millions or billions of
Lots,
people every season,
lots, lots of
you
people every
know.
season.
And here's
Lots.
something else that's really interesting too. Dusk, if you look at season 1, 2, and 3,
Mhm.
for some reason, you know, Dusk gets like more like violent like every season. You know what I'm
Honorary.
saying?
He's
And
he's on it, yo.
and dude, he is the warmonger. He's the warmonger. He's just like, yo, let's do it, let's do it. And so him destroying these people like a day before he's about to like be gone.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, wow. And then he's eating his day's baby lamb he killed. Like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. He's just
dude.
chopping into that like whatever.
And it's just like, wow. And so yeah, just the way he sort of like snarked all 3 of them and was like, yo, you want to do this to me?
It
Really?
it was all 3 of them and the mule he did that to.
Yeah,
He's like,
exactly.
"Hey,
So what do you think?
don't mess with us."
So what do you think about Demerzel? Because she's like, Maiden is gone.
Mhm.
She had to sit
That's
back
her
and
religion.
write.
She believes in that thing.
Right, and you can see the sort of emotion on her face too, but she had to
Yeah,
sit
she's
back and again watch, 3
mhm,
billions of people be killed. She
mhm.
understands that this needs to happen too. So that's the other part is this
Well,
you may be
this
rooting for Demerzel, but she's like, we gotta kill people.
yeah, like, this is why I like Demerzel because she's analytical. Like, she's like me, like, how my brain works, like, 1 plus 1 equals 2, like, it has to be, like, you can't
What
do
else
anything
could it
about
be?
it. It is
Mhm.
what it is. So, like, I like that aspect of her, like, she has no choice in the matter. She's like, "This is what we gotta do. I don't like it, but this is what we gotta do." And it's not like she's trying to battle, Empire or whatever, Dusk. You're not fighting on things. She's like, it is what it is. Like, she's like, it was the Rocky. Like, if he dies, he dies. Like, that's what it is. Like, she does not care. She does care, but she has the duty to fight for Empire. So Empire is the most important thing out there, followed by Foundation too. So she's like, it is what it is. I don't care. We got to do it.
You
I
know,
like that aspect of her character. Like, it's a fascinating,
excuse me.
design for a part of the show because like all of her decisions, like there's a part when she's talking to Dusk and he's like, I'm gonna die tomorrow. Like, tell me what you really think. And she's like
Yeah.
doing the math in her head. You
Mhm,
see, like she's thinking whatever. Like I found that fascinating. I watched that scene a couple times. Like it's so fascinating. Like she's
mhm,
really like, because you gotta think about from her perspective, this guy's gonna be dead in like 24 hours or less.
mhm.
So she can just say whatever she feels like, and this is what she's thinking. So
That's
that was really fascinating. I enjoy the writing on this show, man. The writing is so good on this show.
listen, that's like that what you just said, like how, Demerzel and Dusk they were there, and Dusk was like, oh, talk to me. I'm just a day here. I have another day. Before that happened, right?
Mhm.
She went to see Callie, right? But
Yes,
first she
yes.
got the ninth proof of folding from the
And she went to the library.
right,
She's like, "Yeah,
exactly.
let me see that."
She still has a library card after
I
5,000 years, dude.
I
You
love
know?
that people were trying to check her. She's like, "I'm Empire. What are
She's
you
a
talking
I
to?"
am
Like
Empire, right? So she got this and she was able to basically fold into the radiant, right? The prime radiant.
Yeah, yeah.
She did ask Callie, was she the radiant, right? But
Mhm.
it made me think that I was like, well, wait a minute. Is it possible? Here's a question. Is it possible that Demerzel could actually be the prime radiant?
Oh, I don't I don't think so,
I don't
but
think so
I think
either.
here's the thing, because she's a robot and she's so complex, I think that she can interact with things on a different level.
Hmm.
Because like, how the way how I see the Prime Radiant is this, this 3D cube and there's all these dimensions and all this other stuff in it. So like for Demerzel, like this stuff makes sense to her. the same way, for Gale, like it takes a super genius for you to even kind of understand what's happening. Because I think when Demerzel is
Mhm.
showing the Prime Radiant to Empire, they don't know what's happening. They don't even know what they're
Right.
looking at.
I mean,
There's only
it,
a couple people that actually know what they're looking at. You're just saying stuff to them, but like
right.
something's bad over here. All
Mhm.
right, we gotta do something. But for them, like for us as a viewer, I don't know what I'm looking at. I just I see stuff in the air or whatever. So like you gotta think about how complex the math is or whatever that they can look at that and that makes sense to them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's wild to me. This is why I love the show, man. The concepts.
Well, I thought that when she was talking about, okay, so she went into the Prime Radiance, she met Callie, right? And then, she was also talking about like how she walks the garden, and the garden is a maze, as you saw like the
Yeah,
drone shot
yeah.
from it, right? The Prime Radiant is a maze as
It's
well.
also made.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's talking to like Dusk, and she's like, hey, you know what? I'm confused. I was like, previously I was like unicursal. Now she's multicursal, like the Prime Radiant, right? So
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, this is again, I don't think she is the Prime Radiant, but that's what I'm saying. It's just like you have to
Mhm.
think about this stuff, right? Just
Yeah,
like
you gotta look
this,
at it in different ways
yeah,
because what
because you
it
just
seems
don't know.
normal.
And there's something else that we did not know, but I kept saying, nope, this is gonna happen. When those
Mhm.
two, when Sun and Sun, when Song and Song's girlfriend
You did say this. You did say
helped,
this. I thought he was he's
it
gonna catch it, but nope.
they had to,
He's like, "Yo,
because
help
if
me."
they didn't, that was
Yeah.
such a layup, and that's not foundation. Foundation is not about layups, right? And
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
let's talk about that part right there. When Day is
Mhm.
back, Day is back,
They was supposed to get eaten by microbes and stuff, man. I was nasty.
dude.
He fell in the garbage chute. He's supposed to get
Yo,
eaten up.
and then you know what? Day has this famous front kick he does whenever he's fighting, and he did it again. He was like, "Bow!" I was like,
He was
"Yo."
like,
But yo, Day was like, Day is back, and he was like, Day is a
mhm,
killer. We've seen that
mhm.
before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
For
don't do no
real.
problem with
Straight
anything.
killer, right? And you would
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that, I thought Day was like sort of he had this sort of beatnik attitude, a hippie,
Mhm.
everything. But once it was like, yo, boom, 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 then old boy was
Yeah,
like,
when it's go time, he's
yeah.
like, "I'm still Empire, man." Like, I
And
smoke and do drugs a lot, but I'm still Empire,
and the
like,
Sun Master
mentally.
was sunned, huh? He got sunned,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. He got the pokey right there.
I'm telling you. What do you think? Okay, so when he had the sort of robot head,
Mm,
like the last episode or the episode before last, the
mhm.
robot head did activate, and it was actually sending out a signal for all other robots, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
So
guess it was looking and
right, so Day is like, I'm gonna take this back to Demerzel, thinking it would free her,
mm,
right? Now,
mm.
when Demerzel was, and I'm going back and forth here with Demerzel
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like Day
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's really related, right? And so when Demerzel was like walking with Calais, in the
Mm,
library, which is where the huge battle is supposed to take place with the mule, she was saying
yeah.
like that, 5,000 years ago during the robot wars, that's where the robots came to hide, and they sort of folded
Mhm.
into the shelves and cabinets, right? And I'm
A
like,
crazy concept. Well,
"D
because I think because Demerzel
dude,
she can do stuff. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna say she can morph her body, whatever, so she's not rigid. Like, because you got look at like the Terminator, where there's this metal and stuff underneath them. They can only be this shape. She can change her shape if she needs to, or do
mhm."
whatever.
But
So that idea that they could fold into the furniture and sort of disappear is
like,
wild. That's a crazy concept,
like,
man.
oh boy, that's so weird that you say that, because I was thinking like there are a lot of things they take from like Star Trek and stuff like that. And so,
Mhm.
what's old boy's name? Odo? Is that old boy's name from Deep
Yeah, yeah,
Space Nine?
Odo.
Odo? Where he can just like,
Yeah.
just create shapes and things like that, right?
Mhm.
And the other thing they sort of, I don't want to say they took it from Star Trek, but like when Gail and Harry was, just speaking, they're almost like betazoids, just like they can just speak telepathically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's like really super interesting as well. But they just took it to another serious hi-fi level. So
Mhm.
did Demerzel sort of alluded to the fact that yes, there are more robots. I know where they are. Did
Well,
she say that? You think she said that?
well, this is the thing. I don't know how to take that because she said, if she was free, she would make more robots. She did say that. So I
Last
think
week.
that
Mhm,
yeah. So I think maybe there could be like there's a stash where there's broken robots or stuff that's like out of commission that she could make them work again.
mhm.
I think that's possible, or she would have to build them from scratch. I don't know. Like the universe is vast. There has to be robots somewhere doing something. There
And
has to be. There's no way there isn't.
yeah, I keep saying that every like season. Like the Demerzel is not the only robot. Now, when
Mhm,
she's looking at the painting of the robot, right? The head, the
mhm.
face of the robot is the face that Day has now. It's the same
Yeah.
face, and I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. And I'm just like, man, listen, this joint here is crazy. And now you talk about Gal. And yo, I told you offline, I was like, I don't know what's up with Pritch. There's something about Pritch that's kind of interesting to me. He
Mhm,
has those looks. He's
mhm.
just always looking sort of weird, and it's just like, I, I mean, listen, if you're like, you can't obviously you can't sort of mind meld with Harry because
Mhm.
he's virtual, but
Yeah.
but I don't know, like, if is the mule that powerful that you can't really mind meld with him? You think so? Because if that's the
Well,
case,
this is the
maybe he
thing.
trained Pritchard, and when Gail did her little thing, it didn't work.
I mean, that's possible. Like, but here's the thing. Like, I don't think the mule is as powerful as we think he is. Cause like you gotta think about like I put it back to like Star Wars where um Obi-Wan was saying that they can do the Jedi mind trick, but you have to be weak-minded for
Right.
it to work. So there's a lot of
Mhm.
times in the movies, especially like episode 1 where he's doing a mind trick and it's not working on some
Mhm.
other aliens because they're not weak-minded.
Right.
So like this kind of thing for how he's taking over the planets and doing all this stuff is because he's dealing with people who are weak and
Mhm.
nobody knows what metallics are. They have no idea. So like where Gale uh going back in this with the team, like she can defeat him because there's enough of them. Like they're all working together in unison.
Yeah.
But he's dealing with weak people that are, worried about vanity or whatever else they're doing. They're focusing on garbage. And that's why he's easy for him to take over these planets so like this. But like,
Mhm.
the concept has always been like it's always the weak minded people that they lose everything. They give it up.
And,
And
and
that's what he's dealing with here.
the other
So,
thing is
I think
like,
that's
got
fascinating.
yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
the other thing is this, right? Gail, she has to stop like with the relationships. Like, if she didn't have a relationship with Pritch and brought him back to like the second foundation,
Oh.
this would never be an issue.
Yeah, no,
You
this
know,
wouldn't happen. He
this
wouldn't have to
would
go
never
over
be an
there, like, it'd
issue.
be
Don't
good.
like Gail is like, check it out. Every relationship she has had, right? She with Rice, look at what happened with Rice. Now she's like
Mhm,
500 years old. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
And this guy Pritch is just like, you brought Pritch back to the second foundation when it's not really off the ground, you
mhm.
know? And now, the mule was able to grab at least your name, face and
Mhm.
name, you know what I'm saying? From that, yeah, it's just like, come on, you got to really
Gotta
think about that.
cut it out, man. Like,
Yeah.
"Yo, whatever you doing, stop
You
it.
gotta like, go
Stop
to
dating everybody, man."
go to one of those apps or something. You know what I'm saying? I
Right?
don't know. Do they have like a space, like whatever those apps are called?
They gotta
Those
have
dating
something.
apps.
They gotta have something.
For
Like,
real.
it's crazy
So,
that she gotta stop. I know it sounds terrible what we're saying, but, like, she gotta stop dating everybody on the show, man.
oh my
She
goodness, come
dates
on.
everybody on the show.
Come on, dude. You know what? Yo, here's the other wild thing, right? So
Mhm,
again, I'm going back and forth here because Demerzel kept saying, there was a paradox, right?
mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and so when they were inside the vault, Harry told Gail that he gave Demerzel a paradox bomb. And I
Mhm.
was like,
Yeah.
whoa. I was like, dude, I mean, it's the same sort of illness when, when Dusk was talking about mating and like deflowering and then like,
Mhm.
Harry was like, he gave her like and I kept saying this. I was like, he didn't just give her the radiant. Like, this is the real radiant.
It was I think he gave it to wreck her, like, that's what it was
Yeah,
supposed to be,
yeah, and that's what he
and
said. It was a
it didn't work
paradox
out like
bomb, and just now
yeah.
that's what's happening. It's just like she's confused. She has all these like sort of
Yeah.
like she said, just in a maze. A paradox
Mhm.
bomb, dude. He said he gave her.
Mhm.
Demerzel helped her, help him build like the psychohistory, and he gave
Yeah.
her the prime radiant. But I guess this version, like he said, was a paradox bomb, dude. That is the
It's
illest.
supposed to wreck her. That's the
Yeah,
point. That's
yeah.
literally the point of all this.
But I
This
mean,
is
like,
wild.
but why? I mean, she helped you. What does she do?
Well, I mean, like at the end of the day, she's gonna be kind of a force against the foundation,
Mhm.
like to stop them eventually.
Wow, man.
She's
No,
using them, like allowing them to do stuff because it benefits Empire, I guess, or she thinks it benefits Empire. But like at a certain point, she's gonna have to be like, okay, we gotta stomp you guys out. Like we gotta do something here. Like that's the thing. So I think that he's trying to weaken Empire through her, putting her on task and just getting her to worry about stuff that doesn't matter, so that the Foundation has the easier path to do this thing, which
well,
again kills trillions of people,
excuse me. Well, you know
puts
what?
everybody back in the Dark Ages.
Well, you know what? The foundation, they're gonna have
Hmm.
an issue. They're gonna have to find that new weapon. I mean,
Yes,
they just can't, this weapon like creates, it's a bomb that creates a black hole or created by a black hole. And just like, what you create you
crazy.
that was an episode on Star Trek too,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they right, there was this bomb and it's like it was this something was destroying planets and creating a black hole.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of similarity there. But yeah, so to just come out and say, "Oh, she's nothing. I gave her a paradox bomb. She's going to be gone in like a few days or a few weeks and everything." And I'm just like, "Wow."
Well, I mean,
So,
that's what looks like what's happening here. It just
and
falls
here's the
apart.
other thing too. And like you
Hmm.
said last week, like you said the week before, and like you said the week before, you're not sure if the mule is the mule. And so
Hmm.
Harry said to Gail, he was like, I want you to like keep a close eye on a mule. Like it's something not right about him, you
Telling
know?
you that the whatever the guy, who's the guy that the that's the he's
The musician.
he yeah, the musician dude. What's his
Mm.
name?
His name is Magnifico.
Magnifico. That is the mule. I'm convinced. I even more so now before. The fact that she didn't do a proper thing on him, because she checked everybody else out and she's like, he's fine. I know what he's gonna do. I was like, oh no,
Mhm.
famous last words.
But
That's
but
what that
wh-
is.
but what about like when Gail was like checking everyone out, and then it came to like the Magnifico, and he was just like being goofy. She basically pulled him towards her, right? And then when
Yeah,
she went to check his mind, the mule was behind him.
yeah. No, but here's the thing. This could be him projecting all this stuff on her.
Listen, man,
Yeah, I'm
this is a
convinced that the other guy is not the mule. I'm convinced of that.
well, Harry
And I
thinks
think
that there is
Magnifico
something
is.
totally interesting and something
Yes.
you got to like keep an eye on, but Gal said, you know what, the threat is mine. So
Mhm.
if him, and here's the other thing. The
Overconfidence, man. Every
the two
time.
the t-
Overconfidence.
yes, and then the two her two bodyguards or whatever, right? As soon
Mhm.
as they were like, "Yo, this guy is just like the war," and they pulled their like heaters out, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to get rid of this
Yeah, you
guy."
start blasting, man.
Yeah,
Ask questions
it's just
later.
like, yeah,
Start
no,
blasting.
no, this like based on like foundation and what is going on, right? They
Mhm.
had to kill this guy, but
Mhm.
what's old boy's name? Mallory. He was just like, no, 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 he's cool, he's a friend, he's a friend. And then Gail said, I'll handle this threat, which means she's got to like really find out what's going on. And if he is the
I'm
mule, they're
telling
gonna
you.
be a lot closer together too, right?
She have to ask that search on him, all right? This was
Hmm.
not the same. Everybody else, she gave him a thorough thing. And
Yeah.
when it came to that guy, she was like, he was fine. She made this argument. She said, we'll know what he's gonna do before he knows himself, or something
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yep. She said something
When
like
she
that. Yeah.
said that, I was like, that is famous last words. That guy's the mule the whole time.
Hmm.
I'm convinced now. More so than ever before. I think that guy's the mule.
And then Harry put a bug in her ear, like, yo, listen, this is something
Mhm.
weird. Something is not right. Just keep an eye out, and I'm just like,
Yeah. But she's
wow.
looking at the wrong thing, man. I'm telling you, Magnifico's the mule.
I'm gonna tell
Convinced.
you something. Two characters that are interesting to me.
Mhm.
Um, Pritchard, something interesting about him. Something interesting about
Yeah.
him, dude. And
Yeah.
the guy that's on you know, on the new foundation, Ignis, the deaf guy.
Oh yeah.
It's something up what something up with him. It's something up with him. I don't know what's up, but
Okay.
it's something interesting about him. He's either
Okay.
going to be like a crazy, like, you know, Rambo type person who can like just Swiss cheese people, or is something
Okay.
else with him. I think it's
Mhm.
something sort of interesting. Now you're talking about like Magnifico could be the mule.
Mhm.
Maybe it's Pritchard. I mean, like, listen, to get that close to your enemy, you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And even though the mule was like, I saw a vision and her name is Gel Dornick. I mean, this could all be like a ruse and everything else,
I'm
right?
telling you, I feel everything with that guy is a false flag ruse to fool you. I'm convinced of that everything is the opposite of what's really
It
happening,
has to be
and we're gonna
too.
find out tomorrow or next week. We're gonna
Yeah,
find out, or this
wow.
weekend.
Grand finale,
We're
man.
gonna
Listen,
find out.
I
Yeah.
haven't been watching. The only two shows I've been watching are Foundation and Strange New Worlds. And
Mhm.
I haven't even been watching Invasion. Invasion is out too, but I haven't watched
Okay.
that. But we have one episode left, dude. So this is gonna be crazy. We know we're gonna have the fight, right?
Mhm. You think
And,
the fight's gonna happen to next week?
yeah. When is it gonna they're gonna let us
Well,
wait a
here's the
year and a
thing, like,
half?
every episode or every season, they just jump forward in time. So it could if it doesn't happen next week, it's gonna be whatever 100 years from now in the future, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like
But then we
everything
have to
jumps
wait a
forward.
year and a half to see it.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I don't
not gonna
like
work.
that.
Listen, I'm gonna
I
say
want to see
this.
what's going on here.
If Apple did that, that's goofy. To me, that's goofy. It's just like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know we're jumping in time, everything. That's one of the cool things about the
Mhm,
show, right? But it's
mhm,
just like we know there's a battle. And we
mhm.
also know that, Demerzel is going to be part of that battle,
Yeah, yeah.
you know? I mean, who
We gonna
knows?
see. We
Who
gonna
knows,
see.
man? This is crazy, man.
Mm.
We are talking about Foundation, season number 3, episode number 9. Keo, what are you going to rate this episode? Should I even
It is.
ask again?
You don't have to ask us, but it's a 10, all right? It's
It's
a
a
10.
10. I'm giving this a
This
10
show,
too.
when the episode starts and he's just blowing up planets, I'm like, oh, this is crazy.
Mm,
This is crazy. He started out the gate blowing up things. I'm like, okay, we're in. This show's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, definitely a 10 for me. The only sort of question I have is like what's Dawn doing? What are they going to do with him? He's just
Well, I
laying
mean,
there
they
in
gotta fix him
pain.
up, man. He's
Yeah.
just in pain and on the bed rest.
Yeah, but I'll say
Well,
this.
because
If he
Day's got to get back into the capital, man. Like, how's he gonna do that?
Well, they're gonna see him. They're gonna be like, "Yo, Empire." But yo, I'll say this: if
Mm,
Day does go back, and he's still
mm.
Day, they're not gonna get rid of him. Dude, he is gonna wreck some shops.
Well, Day's got to turn into Dusk, so like, here's the thing. He's got to turn into Dusk. He's gonna be Dusk next.
Mm,
They have to do a time jump or something, but he's got to turn into Dusk.
wow. So you do think that the season finale next week we will see the
Mhm.
battle between the mule and whoever? You think we'll see that big
I don't
battle?
think so. I think maybe he
Really?
started it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that yet.
No, see, oh man, I don't know if I would be disappointed, but I'm
They
thinking
gotta
that.
get 7 seasons out of this bad boy, man.
Yeah,
Like,
but
there's
we
more
talk.
stuff
I
to
mean,
happen.
yeah, but we also spoke about, like maybe we have like a season where you're just talking about Cleon One, and another season where you're talking about Demerzel and the Robot War. You know,
I mean, that's probably I would watch the hell out of Robot Wars,
I'll
man.
be all in.
I'm
That
on
could be
that,
like a limited series, like
right?
maybe 6 episodes or something like
To
that. I'd be
make a
done.
whole new show for the Robot Wars. Do that.
Mm,
I'm all in that.
that's what's up.
Mm.
Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Group podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.